In a small forgotten corner of the world, in a house too quiet to notice, lived a mother who gave everything, even when she had nothing. This is a story about sacrifice, hunger, and a love so deep, it was nearly invisible. The night was cold. The kind of cold that bites through your clothes and sits in your bones. In a small, dimly lit house at the edge of town, a single candle flickered on a wooden table. Maria, a frail woman in her 40s, stood over a steaming pot of rice, the only meal they had that day. She placed a single bowl of rice on the table and called out gently, "Daniel, come eat." From the corner of the small room, a young boy of about 8 shuffled over, eyes wide with hunger, barefoot, but with a smile that could light up the dark room. "Eat, my son," she said softly, her voice tired but warm. Daniel picked up the spoon eagerly, but paused. "Aren't you eating, Mama?" She smiled and brushed his messy hair back. "I already ate," she lied. "You eat and grow strong." That night, something stirred Daniel from his sleep. A dry throat. A thirst. He tiptoed to the small kitchen, where the candles still flickered. But then, he froze. In the dim light, he saw his mother hunched at the table. Her eyes were weary. Her hands trembled. She was quietly gathering the leftover crumbs from his plate, every tiny grain of rice, every bit he had missed. She was eating it like it was the best meal in the world. And then he heard it. Her whisper to herself. "I'm glad he ate well today. That's enough for me." Daniel's heart shattered. At that moment, he understood. She had never eaten first. She always gave him everything, and left herself nothing. From that night on, Daniel changed. He never asked again if she had eaten. He just made sure she had more. Sometimes secretly left a piece of bread on her side of the table. He studied hard. Harder than anyone his age. He read by candlelight, worked odd jobs after school, skipped fun, ignored distractions. He wasn't just chasing grades. He was chasing freedom. For her, years passed. High school, college, struggles, scholarships, part-time jobs. And then, finally, the job letter. He had done it. He had been hired. He rushed home that day, holding the envelope like it was gold. He opened the door to the same small house. Still cold, still dim. And there she was, older now, thinner, but still waiting with the same smile. He hugged her, tightly. "Mama, I got the job." She smiled softly. "I knew you would." Weeks later, Daniel received his first paycheck. Not much, but to him, it was everything. He cashed it, held the crisp bills in his hand, then walked straight home and said, "Get dressed, Mama." She was confused. "Where are we going?" "You'll see." They took a cab, her first in years. He held her hand like a child guiding his mother through a new world. They arrived at a beautiful restaurant. Warm lights, polished floors, tables filled with dishes neither of them could name. They sat down. Maria looked nervous. "Daniel, this looks expensive." He smiled. "It's already paid for, Mama. Tonight is about you." Soon, the food came. Plate after plate. Chicken, pasta, vegetables, soup, cake. Maria was overwhelmed. "So much food," she whispered. And just like always, when the plates arrived, she pushed one toward him and said, "You eat first." But Daniel reached out gently and pushed it back to her. "No, Mama. Today, you eat first." She looked at him, stunned. And in that moment, the years flashed in her eyes. The lies she told him to hide her hunger. The nights she went to bed with nothing. The whispers in the dark. Her hands trembled. Her eyes filled with tears. And for the first time in years, Maria took the first bite. The world outside kept spinning. Cars passed. Music played somewhere down the street. But at that table, in that moment, a lifetime of sacrifice was finally honored. A mother's love is quiet. It hides in hunger, in second servings, in old clothes, in tired hands. You may never notice it until one night, you wake up, and see her scraping crumbs under candlelight. So if your mother is still alive today, don't wait for the perfect moment. Create the moment. Do something special. Let her eat first. If this story touched your heart, please share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if your mother is still with you, go hug her today. Subscribe or follow for more powerful, real-life inspired stories. And remember, the smallest acts of love can repay a lifetime of sacrifice.